Hi, everyone. I wanted to jump on because I wrote an article and newsletter about the inconvenient truth. And I've been thinking a lot about this concept of the inconvenient truth. And the newsletter popped into my mind as a result of the whole incident going on in the gymnastics world where the Dr. Nasser was sexually abusing all of these little girls. And it's horrific. But I was thinking about the parents because some of them said they told their parents, and the parents, for whatever reason, didn't listen. And so for me, I never want to judge without looking at myself. And so 15 years ago, now there's no question, but 15 years ago, when I was a single mom, just trying to keep everything afloat, business, trying relationships, would I have really listened to my children? Or would I have said, oh, you don't understand, he's a doctor, or keep your eye on the prize, you want to go to the Olympics, let's not, rock the boat. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done back there or how I would have responded. And to relate this to the integrity conversation, in my book, I write about integrity snatchers, and these are the things that diminish our integrity. And I list a bunch of them there. But one of them is the stories we tell ourselves. That's one of the integrity snatchers. Is the other a shadow? And so in my mind, I don't know if I would have created this whole story around if my daughters had told me about this, would I have some story that would have made their truth or what they told me an inconvenient truth for me? Because either maybe it would have had me have to pay more attention or go with them to every doctor's appointment, or it would have been an inconvenient truth in if we spoke up, maybe it would hurt their chances to furthering their dreams. So I don't know. So definitely the stories we tell ourselves, what we make a situation mean, can impact how we deal with it. And we believe our stories to be facts. And so if I make it mean that, somehow life will be disrupted or it'll be difficult, then I might not listen and do what my integrity really says to me. Another one of the integrity snatchers that plays into this concept of inconvenient truths, and I have a great example, is I have a male client. His children are older now, and he had the shadow of not being good enough, that dated back to his childhood with his brother. And as a result of that not being good enough shadow, he was just driven to succeed and over succeed his brother. And so when it came to home, he wanted everything in the home to look good so he could keep working 12-hour days. And he's now realizing because 30, 40 years later, everything is coming up to be kind of looked at again and dealt with, because just putting that happy face band-aid on something doesn't heal it. It just keeps it in place. So now, of course, things are imploding in his family life, and he's getting to see that back then it was more convenient for him to just make it all look good. And in his mind, his wife was taking care of the kids and he was, doing the money and the business. And so everything was good. And they went and they literally wore smiley face shirts and ate smiley face cookies. Because back then it would have been an inconvenient truth to have to talk about what was going on, because then he couldn't just spend 12 hours a day at work. And we don't blame anyone for that. No one should beat themselves up. It's just really getting how integrity snatchers can make us, take a situation and not deal with it because at the time it's inconvenient. Or at the time the integrity snatchers are driving us to act in a way that's outside of our integrity. So it's a really interesting conversation. And the thing with integrity snatchers, as long as we're human, we're going to have them. But we need to be aware of them so we can just name them what they are. Integrity snatchers. Oh, that's my story. Oh, that's my shadow. Oh, that's my fear. And then we can just see it as that. And then we can deal with the facts. We can just look at the facts of the situation without all these interpretations and stories. Because as we all know, it's when we deny our integrity that usually some implosion happens or explosion, that then we have to deal with something even bigger and greater. So it's always good. That's why living a life of integrity is so important, because it actually makes life easier, because we don't have these implosions or explosions, because we're living in alignment. We're living on a level of consciousness that serves us. So I just wanted to invite you all into this conversation. Can you see any integrity snatchers that have you deem things as inconvenient truths? And just be fascinated by what you see. So have a wonderful day and be back soon.